Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now we enter the very last phase of our learning of, the initial preliminary basic learning of Arabic for the purpose of understanding the Quran. Probably I raised a false alarm in the last session, which never materialized into the discussion on what I'm now going to discuss. This part is actually probably this session and the next one and maybe a subsequent one is what is described as a discussion on Thalathi Mazid Fi, which really means three, but further in addition to it. Thalathi, three, Mazid, further, Fi, in it. Now what does it mean? What it means is that besides Thalathi, Mazid, Fi, there is what is called Thalathi Mujarrad, which is three, and that's it, nothing else. The examples of verbs, whether past, madi, or present future, mudare, that we have done as yet in our practice, were all the ones where we had three letters in its simplest basic form of madi, wahid, muzakkar, ghaib. Whenever we would have a verb which belonged to the category of past, masculine, singular, third person, it will have dharaba or nasara, qatala, or no matter what. Even if there is a harf illat, ala, it would still be three, nothing else. I did mention sometimes in some rare cases, they are four, like zulzila, zalzala, waswasa, etc. But in Arabic language, quite often, you come across verbs which have three, thalathi, but mazid fi, in addition more. Now what does that mean? What it means is that this nasara is actually thalathi mujarrad. It's three and that's it. But there are verbs, and pretty big in number in Arabic, wherein the formation of the verb is based on three letters which are original to it, but there are certain given constant fixed additions to it as well. So thalasi, three, mazid fi, and over and above some additions. That is what I am going to now start talking about from now on. I'm sure the practice of it and the examples of it are going to make things clearer. Let me start with what, in my opinion, is the most frequently appearing verbs that belong to this category of thalathi mazid fi are there in the Quran. Let me say first, the first one is the example. I will start with fail madi, and then we will have an example of fail mudare, and then we will have ism file, and then we'll have ism maf'ul, and finally we will have the masdar. Now, the first example I'm giving is anzala. Anzala. Now, anzala, like daraba, like qatala, is madi, past, wahid, singular, masculine, muzakkar, and third person, which is ghaib. And yet, it has 4 letters, not 3. So, had it been nazala, which most certainly is another Arabic verb, it would have been any other verb that we are familiar with, like daraba, qatala. But in Arabic, you also have the example of anzala. So, anzala is essentially noon, zay, lam, but with an addition of alif, mazid fi. I'll let you know a little more, and you would probably be in a position to understand it better. But before I move any further, to clarify, anzala, like nazala, like qatala, like nasara, is wahid, muzakkar, ghaib. So, for example, daraba, when we did its gardan, the metrics, it was zaraba, zaraba, zarabu, zarabat, zarabata, zarabna, zarabta, zarabtuma, zarabtum, zarabti, zarabtuma, zarabtunna, zarabtu, zarabna. The 14 boxes are filled like this. Similarly, in the case of anzala, except for the fact that anzala has an additional letter. It's anzala, anzala, anzalu, anzalat, anzalata, anzalna, anzalta, anzaltuma, anzaltum, anzalti, anzaltuma, anzaltunna, anzaltu, anzalna. So, for all practical purposes, anzala is similar to nazala, zaraba, qatala, sam'a, but it has an additional alif. That is anzala fail mazi. Fail mudari is yunzilu. This is very interesting. Fail mudari of anzala is yunzilu. And if I would write here, let's say daraba and yadribu, you would say that, okay, anzala is different from daraba in that anzala has one additional alphabet, alif, compared to daraba. But compare yunzilu with yadribu, there's no difference. So how is it salasi mazid fi? Well, forget about this debate. Just focus on one point, and that is yunzilu. Yunzilu is the form of verb mudari which you would never find in salasi mujarrad. Yadribu is yadribu, yaftahu is yaftahu of fataha. Let's have another, yakfuru is from kafara. So, it's either this kasra or this fatha zabar or this zamma in this kalima, the middle letter of each verb, but you never have a scenario where in Salasi Mujarrad you have a dhamma on ya. It's always fatha, yadribu, yaftahu, yakfuru. But in this particular case, when it is anzala, And the fail muzare is yunzilu. Let's move on. When you make a noun from verb, when you make zaraba, zaraba is a verb. When you make a noun out of it, the one who beats up, it's zaribun. The one who opens is fateh, or the one who is victorious. The one who rejects, denies is kafir. It's the same pattern. That's how the pattern is. So in Salathi Mujarrad, you have a very predictable, clear pattern of making nouns from verbs. If you want to say this is ism fa'il, darib, the one who beats, and the one who is beaten up is madroob, on the pattern of maf'ul. Right? Here it's the pattern of fa'il. So it's quite predictable. That's how it happens. Fateh will be maftuh. But in the case of anzala yunzilu, the one anzala means he dropped. It was revealed, coming down. So the one who drops, the one who brings down, is the ism fa'il, munzilun. Don't confuse it with fa'il. Fa'il is a state of a noun in a sentence. And ism fa'il is actually a noun itself, which has a meaning that carries the understanding of somebody who's doing it. So there are two different things. I'll try to explain it through examples, hopefully at some stage. But what I'm saying is that every verb has the capacity, the possibility of enabling a noun to emerge from it. So the noun, ism fa'il, anzala, the one he revealed, yunzilu, he reveals. The one who reveals is munzilun, and the one on whom it is revealed is munzal. That is isme maf'ul. And to send down, reveal, is inzal, inzalun. This is noun. These are the three nouns, and the first two are the verbs. And we are talking about Thalathi Mazid Fi. I'll give you one or two more examples, and hopefully this concept is going to get a little more clearer. Let's take another important, famous example from this category. Aslama. See, exactly like anzala. There are verbs which simply use the subsequent three letters of aslama, and they are there in Arabic. But in Arabic, you have this expression aslama. I'm sure we have seen it in the Quran. Falamma aslama, aslama, he submitted. But if there are two who submitted, it would be aslama, like it is mentioned in the Quran about Ibrahim and Ismail alayhimus salam, when they responded to the Almighty's call, and they responded by submitting. The Quran says, falamma aslama wa tallahu lil jabin. So aslama, its muzare is yuslimu, exactly like yunzilu. That is muzare. So, you can go through the gardan of muzare. Yuslimu, yuslimani, yuslimuna, tuslimu, tuslimani, yuslimna, tuslimu, tuslimani, tuslimuna, tuslimina, tuslimani, tuslimna, uslimu, nuslimu. So the same gardan. The only thing is that you have one additional letter. In this case, it looks similar to Salasi Mujarrad, Daraba, Qatala, but what you have is actually a pattern which is in its form, in its appearance, is different. Ism file, the one who submits, is a very familiar word, Muslim. The one to whom submission is given is Muslim. It's not necessary that all words that get formed are actually used as well. It's only usage of word depends upon its need. But the act of submission is called Islam. See, your Islam, our Islam. So this is the category, the Bab. It's called Bab category of if'al. If'al. You know why if'al? Because it's Islam, it's inzal. And in Arabic, well, for the sake of discussion, the standard 3 letters that are referred to when you want to give, one statement, generalized statement about all verbs or nouns which emerge from 3 letters. The 3 letters that are used are fa, ain, lam. Fa, ain, lam. So, when this particular category Bab was given a name, the name was If'al. That is, there is an alif with a kasra, zir, and then there is a fa, like in Islam, which has a jazm, ain has a zabr, and then towards the end there is a lam. This is Bab-e If'al, that is what the pattern is. And there are a number of verbs in the Quran which belong to the category of Bab-e If'al. The more you practice and try to identify them in the Quran, the more hopefully you are going to understand them. As I said, this is the first of the 2 most frequently used verbs, categories in the Quran, apart from Salasi Mujarrad. Salasi Mujarrad are obviously the ones which have in their simplest form letters that are only 3. But when it comes to Salasi Mazid Fi, when you're talking about verbs that have in the past, mazi, singular, wahid, muzakkar, masculine, 3rd person, ghaib, the sigha, the word that you get is actually comprised of 3 letters. But when you come to Salasi Mazid Fi, then you have 3 that are original to the word and Mazid Fi. Furthermore, some additions to it as well. Like in the case of Anzala, Aslama, there is the addition of Alif. The second category is the category of, so this was Bab-e If'al. And I tried to explain why If'al. Now the second category is Allama. This is Mazi, Wahid, Muzakkar, Ghaib. You can go for the entire Gardan. Allama, Allama, Allamu, Allamat, Allamata, Allamna, Allamta, Allamtuma, Allamtum, Allamti, Allamtuma, Allamtunna, Allamtu, Allamna. Now, the only thing is that although we have, as I said, Alima, Salasi Mujarrad, very much an Arabic word used quite often. Alim Allahu, God knew. But allama is also another verb. And this verb, as you can see, has an additional lam. Lam is repeated here. When you have a shad tashdid, it's one letter alphabet repeated. So allama is salasi mazid fi, and its muzare is yuallimu. It's always the same. Anzala yunzilu, allama yuallimu. So whenever you have a verb which will have its appearance similar to allama, it is bound to have its muzare in the form of yuallimu. Unless obviously if it's passive, then it's going to be yuallamu. Its passive would be ullima. Anzala unzila, yunzilu yunzalu. But I'm talking about active verbs. Allama means he taught. Yuallimu means he is teaching or he will teach. Ism fa'il, the one who teaches, is muallim. The one who teaches is muallim. This is ism fa'il, always the same. And the one who is taught is muallam, muallamun. And obviously, these nouns again can have their own alterations done in them in order to express the right understanding. I mean, if you want to say the one who teaches, who is a masculine, it's muallimun. If it's a feminine lady teacher, muallimatun. If it's two, muallimani, muallimatani, muallimuna, muallimatun. That obviously is something I hope is given and is already dealt with. And when it comes to its masdar, the name of this entire category, which is the act of teaching, it's called the famous word ta'aleem. We are all familiar with ta'aleem, right? And if I ask you, if we follow the same pattern, what exactly is the name of this particular bab category? I hope you would come with the same answer. It's bab taf'eel. Bab taf'eel. Bab ifal, bab taf'eel. I'll just give you another example of bab allama. We have in the Quran like anzala, nazzala as well. Nazzala. You might ask, why is it that you have nazala, anzala, nazzala? Why not just one? Well, the answer is that they have different meanings. Nazala means it fell. Anzala, he caused things to fall or to be revealed. And nazzala, well, he revealed it with preparation, with a lot of effort into it. Nazzala, you can predict. Yunazzilu, the one who causes to reveal is munazzilun. It's mentioned in the Quran, munazzilut Tawrat wal Injil. The one that is revealed is munazzalun. And the process is called tanzil, which again is a word used in the Quran, Tanzilur Rahman. So that is the discussion of Thalasi Mazid Fi. I hope it's not too difficult. Practice and your familiarity of the Quranic text would make it easier, and we'll continue to discuss it in the next 1 or 2 sessions more, inshallah. May the Almighty enable us to understand the Quran properly.